Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather and today I wanted to do the Take It Outside book tag that I found on the Book Break YouTube channel, so I will link their original video down below. It has 9 questions, all to do with outside and outdoors, so I will jump right into it. Question number 1 is Get Outside, a book you read outside. Okay, so I did an audiobook while I was hiking and walking my dog a lot a couple of years ago, and I read Hive by A.J. Beats, which is a dystopian YA where a girl is in her compound and she discovers a drip, and then there's what happens beyond that point. I did have the pleasure of talking to the author about this book, and her big thing is she was driving through a tunnel in Perth and she saw a drip on her windscreen, and then the question of what if popped up, and that's how Hive was born. Then book 2 is a book set in nature. I picked up a graphic novel for this one, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. It is a dark gothic horror adult graphic novel that only has red, white and black colour in it, and it is about literally people in the woods, around the woods, in huts. I think it's magical and brilliant. It spans sort of different timelines within these woods, so it's a great thing to pick up for a adult friend of yours. Then it is Think Outside the Box, a book that's set outside your comfort zone. I predominantly sit in fantasy, sort of science fiction as my comfortable genres. So a book and a genre that I don't really reach for is historical fiction. So I picked up Book Thief by Mark Zuzak, which is a book set in 1939 Nazi Germany, where a young girl is sent to a family. She's been kept, her parents are kept in concentration camps. And one of these beautiful things, and it's quite an intriguing one for me, is that this whole book is narrated by death. So it is a bit of a chunkier one, but it is also worth the read. Is Outside Chance, a book that you didn't think you'd like, but did, and I picked up E. Lockhart's We Were Liars. This was before I sort of started diving a bit more into sort of thriller books. So this is a young adult contemporary thriller about a family who owns a little island off the coast of Massachusetts, and something happened, and then they go back the summer after and they have to figure out what exactly happened. It is also, I have heard it referred to as a light King Lear retelling, and having that knowledge and looking back on it, it is, and it's a very interesting take on it. So highly recommend this as well. On the Outside Looking In, yet again, is another contemporary, which is quite interesting. But I picked up The Hate You Give. Now, this isn't a culture that is different to me, but it is a very important issue within a community that I am privileged not to know about, but it was an important, impactful voice. And this is about a young girl called Star who witnesses her friend being shot after they leave a party. And she also attends a prestigious private school on the opposite side of town, and then Black Lives Matter riots break out. So this book opens very much on the conversation of what Star should do when they're pulled over by the police. And it's a very different experience than myself, so I think as much as it's not a different culture, it is a different community, and it is something that I need to check my own privilege about and take the time to allow myself to be educated on the issues further. Outside Lane is a book you read very fast. Graphic novels are always a book you read really fast, and I adored and devoured The Wicked and the Divine, which is a collection, has some beautiful artwork in it. And basically every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated, and in 2 years they are all dead. It's happening now. It's happening again. So basically it's a reincarnation of God, a pantheon of gods. And I really enjoyed it. I loved it. So I highly recommend it. That's The Wicked and the Divine. Outside of Dogs, a book is man's best friend. Inside of book is too dark to read. Who is your favourite book pet? I don't know if you classify them as a pet, but I really love Mr. kindly from Jay Kristoff's Nevernight series. He is referred to as a non-cat. So he's like a shadow demon entity situation, but he takes the form of a cat and is a companion to Mia Claver throughout this entire series. So Nevernight is a grimdark adult fantasy that follows Mia Claver as she seeks revenge on people that murdered her family, and she is an assassin. It is one of my favorite books, so I highly recommend this as well. And then the final one is Take It Outside, a book that you'll defend to the death. And I have Maggie Stiefvater's Shiver. Now, Maggie Stiefvater has a different quartet called the Raven Boys. Everyone loves, and I see a lot of people poo-poo on The Wolves of Mercy Falls, and I love it. It is a slow, lyrical, beautiful written book. Cozy. It's a book I reread. I love it. But I also respect that other people won't, and they have different reading tastes, so I won't ram books down people's throats. I won't argue with people. You will like what you will like. I will like what I will like, and that is fine. And everyone has different triggers as well. So with that being said, I will defend this book, but I will not beat people over the head with it, because that's also not fair, because as the librarian says, so many books, so few centuries. So that is the Take It Outside book tag, and I'd like to thank you. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe because I post videos twice a week. And I'd like to thank you, and goodbye!